Hi friends, I want to tell you about a strange prophecy. It was spoken of at this end of this recent war between Hamas and Jihad against Israel. At the end of the war, he made a big proclamation to all the media and said, "We won the war," meaning Hamas won the war against Israel. Well, we couldn't really understand that because by any objective figures, there was no victory there at all. Israel's strikes were very precise, took out the Hamas and Jihad infrastructure. The Iron Dome system in Israel blocked the missiles from coming over into Israel. And the Israeli army made a huge effort, frankly, better than any effort maybe in the history of the world, of trying to be precise and not to hurt innocent civilians. And he said this. He said, there are two reasons we have won the war. Number one, we have destroyed forever the possibility of coexistence, peaceful coexistence between Arabs and Jews in Israel. And the second thing he said was, we let the whole world know that if Israel touches the Temple Mount, the entire Muslim world will come in to bring a jihad and destroy Israel. And it shows me this, that actually God wants peaceful coexistence between Jews and Arabs. And it shows me, actually encouraged me in a strange way, because a lot of what we do here in Israel and around the world is to show beautiful, peaceful, loving relationships between Messianic Jews and Arab Christians. And this is in some ways healing the ancient rift in the covenant family of Abraham and the covenants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, going back to the rift between Isaac and Ishmael. I believe this is very much a positive thing on the Lord's heart, and this war was actually to try to stop that. Let's keep going. It shows me how important this is for us to keep going with our love and reconciliation. The world is going into darkness, and this is a point of light. The second issue is about calling the whole world against the Temple Mount. Well, all of the end times prophecies, as I look at them in Isaiah, in Ezekiel, in Joel, in Zechariah, in the New Testament, they all say that this current age is going to end up with a huge war where all the nations of the world are going to attack Jerusalem. And when they do that, it's saying that Yeshua will intervene and stop them. And that's actually the context of the coming of the Messiah, that he comes as the King of Israel, as the head of the commander-in-chief of the armies in heaven, to stop the nations that have come to destroy his covenant people. Remember that it says in Psalm 2, God says, I have chosen in my sovereignty my king, and on his hill. The king is Yeshua, the hill is Jerusalem. God is bringing about a perfect world, a world of peace between all the nations as prophesied by Isaiah. And the capital will be in Jerusalem, and Yeshua will be the king. And that's part of the message that we proclaim is personal forgiveness of sins through faith in Yeshua, but also a worldwide kingdom of peace. That proves to me how important it is what you and I were doing together.